You guys have a key step tomorrow with the budget meeting. Is that going to be able to go forward? We've been talking to a lot of holdouts out here.
Right, we're still talking to some of the members of the Budget Committee, some of the members from the SALT caucus. But, a few other issues to be worked out. We've had some other meetings with the Speaker and myself, a number of members earlier today on SALT. We're working through some final issues. This is always what happens when you have a big bill like this. There's always final details to work out all the way up until the last minute. So we're going to keep working. There's a lot of work left to be done. There's a timeline that we've got to stay on. And so bringing this bill to the floor next week is still on track. And it's still important to deliver for the American people and for this president who campaigned on all of the things that are in this bill. We deliver on all of President Trump's priorities in this one big, beautiful bill.
Do you think work requirements, the effective date for those, could move up in order to try and get this closer to the finish line?
Absolutely.
Would that erode support?
That helps support.
How many years further up would you go? Just 1 year further?
We haven't worked out those final details yet, but I think you can expect it to move up.
If budget has to delay,
Given the numbers of issues that are increasing, that members are coming out here asking for changes in the bill, what makes you so confident that next week is still a realistic goal for
I
passing?
wouldn't say issues are increasing. I was just in a briefing that we did with our full conference and all 11 committee chairs. There were no new issues that came up in that meeting. Some of the members that you've been hearing from, I've been hearing from them too. And on the issues that they might be raising today, some have been raising those same issues for weeks. Some issues we've already committed to address in the manager's amendment at Rules Committee. Some issues still have to be finalized. And so we're going to keep working through. That's why it's never finished until the bill is actually on the floor and the vote's called.
if budget has to delay the markup, how difficult does that make it to process everything next week?
I haven't talked to Chairman Arrington yet since we've been in the meeting. We're still moving forward with the timeline. The bill will be on the floor next week.
He said they may have to time.
We're talking to some members. Obviously, he's talking to his own members. I was texting Chairman Arrington this morning about some of the conversations he's been having with Budget Committee members. I was in a meeting with some of them with the SALT members today. So, we're all in a lot of different meetings right now on a number of issues. Not many. We've narrowed them down, as you know. We started with a large array of issues a month ago, and then every step of the way we keep finalizing and getting agreements on certain issues, and then you move on to the remaining issues. And we've narrowed it down to just a handful or less than a handful of issues that still remain to be fixed. We all know one of them is SALT. I'll readily admit that, but we're narrowing those issues down, and we're having a lot of conversations with the members. We know who they are that still have questions. 90+% of our members are in full support of this bill. Let's not forget that.
Do you think the House Freedom Caucus is moving the goalposts on the size and scale of the cuts?
When we negotiated the first half of this two-step process, and that's the budget, the agreement was we make it a deficit-neutral bill. That was their main request. We've exceeded that, so we're going to get there.